LinkedIn users are in an uproar after learning that the company is apparently training new models on their data. Welcome back to the AI Daily Brief Headlines Edition, all the daily AI news you need in around 5 minutes. We kick off today with a controversy that, on the one hand, I understand, but on the other hand, I am completely not surprised by, I guess. The Verge writes, LinkedIn is training AI models on your data. You'll need to opt out twice to stop LinkedIn from using your account data for training in the future. But anything already done is done. They continue, if you're on LinkedIn, then you should know that the social network has, without asking, opted accounts into training generative AI models. LinkedIn apparently introduced the new privacy setting and opt-out form before rolling out an updated privacy policy. The policy said, we may use your personal data to improve, develop, and provide products and services, develop and train artificial intelligence models, develop, provide, and personalize our services, and gain insights with the help of AI, automated systems, and inferences, so that our services can be more relevant and useful to you and others. So if you are someone who wants to revoke permissions for this, which is completely reasonable, if you go to the Data Privacy tab in the account settings and click on Data for Generative AI Improvement, there will be a toggle that you can turn to off to opt out. Now, that is specifically for training generative AI models. However, if you also want LinkedIn to turn off training for its personalization and moderation and other things that don't generate content, you have to fill out something called the LinkedIn Data Processing Objection Form. And like I said, on the one hand, people reasonably were really upset about this. Rachel Toback writes, LinkedIn is now using everyone's content to train their AI tool. They just auto-opted everyone in. I recommend opting out now and that orgs put an end to auto-opt-in. It's not cool. Theo writes, LinkedIn has opted you in by default for generative AI and has given no word or update regarding its data policies beforehand. Turn the damn thing off in the data privacy section ASAP. Microsoft is a crock of poo. Now, like I said, on the one hand, I completely understand where people are coming from being frustrated about being auto-opt into something trained on their data. It's an inherently violating sort of feeling. At the same time, this has long been what it means to be on any sort of social network. It's just now they're using your data for something different. I don't know, maybe I'm cynical as someone who spent the last half decade or more in the crypto industry, which has tried to sell people on caring about things like data privacy and data ownership. Completely, I will add, unsuccessfully. But I'm a little surprised, and probably LinkedIn is surprised as well, that people are this up in arms. Now, I would love to see consumer pressure actually push people to not auto-opt-in and to reward companies that don't, but I am currently not holding my breath for that. Next up, follow up to a story that we discussed earlier this week. While Gavin Newsom might be quote-unquote concerned about the implications of SB 1047, he did sign some AI-related laws specifically around election deepfakes. That led to Elon Musk very aggressively posting an AI parody video of the Kamala Harris campaign and basically begging California to sue him. The AP writes this morning, California laws cracking down on election deepfakes by AI face legal challenges. AP writes 2 of the 3 laws, including one that was designed to curb the practice in the 2024 election, are being challenged in court through a lawsuit filed Tuesday in Sacramento. The lawsuit, filed by a person who created parody videos featuring altered audios of Vice President and Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris, says the laws censor free speech and allow anybody to take legal action over content they dislike. The person who filed the lawsuit was the person who created the video that was shared by Elon Musk. This, like so many legal questions surrounding AI, is 100%, I believe, destined to end up in front of the Supreme Court. And this one might get there faster, given that it is a free speech and First Amendment question, which tends to be fairly sacrosanct here in America. On the AI safety front, the US has announced that they will convene a global AI safety summit coming up in November. On November 20th and 21st, Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo and Secretary of State Antony Blinken will host the first meeting of the International Network of AI Safety Institutes in San Francisco. The network members include groups from Australia, Canada, the European Union, France, Japan, Kenya, South Korea, Singapore, Britain, and the United States. Raimondo had previously announced the launch of the International Network of AI Safety Institutes back in May at the AI Seoul Summit. Raimondo said the aim is, quote, close, thoughtful coordination with our allies and like-minded partners. Reuters writes that the San Francisco meeting will include technical experts from each member's AI Safety Institute to discuss priority work areas and advance global collaboration and knowledge sharing on AI safety. Which is great because after Governor Newsom vetoes or signs into law SB 1047, we'll need another AI safety-related thing to debate. Building off the theme of Newsom's concern of the potential chilling effect that SB 1047 could have, Meta has warned the European Union in an open letter that the bloc's regulations risk hampering innovation and economic growth. The letter was also signed by Spotify, Prada, and others. If you are a regular listener to this show, you'll know that Meta is not releasing its latest models, at least not the multimodal versions in Europe, for fears of some of these concerns, and Apple is also backing off of putting Apple Intelligence on European iPhones. This means that this is no longer theoretical, and that companies are actually making decisions to remove key features from the European market, which, while perhaps protecting Europeans, also denies them access to state-of-the-art technology. As always, big societal questions that surround AI. some of the most interesting for us to discuss here. For now, though, that is going to do it for today's AI Daily Brief Headlines edition. Next up, the main episode.